No, I completely agree. And especially like you say, you guys are you're market leaders. So like, do you feel like you have a sense of responsibility really to lead the way in this?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the innovation and what we bring to market has to have sustainability at the very core of what we do. I've heard it said that there's a dichotomy between, data centers and efficiency, but if you look at the efficiency that comes through using data and using the analytics of the information we have, artificial intelligence is a great example of this. We probably don't adopt it enough as an industry, but it will come, and it'll come quite quickly to us. Artificial intelligence and these analytics, they're driving 20-30% efficiency in terms of the operational behaviour of a building, and that, yes, there's impact in terms of the data usage and the data centre required to be able to achieve that. But the benefit it passes on from a sustainable level at buildings is significant.
I mean, that leads me seamlessly onto my next question, which, like, speaking of sustainability and efficiency, I mean, apart from, you've already touched on artificial intelligence, I mean, are there other ways to drive more efficient service and maintenance?
There is, absolutely. And for me, there's two areas. The data is key around this, and the connectivity. So you take a UPS as a prime example. A UPS will now be able to look into it remotely and understand its operational temperature, how long, how many breaks it's had within its operation, why those happened, and we can do a diagnostic around it that allows us to look at when the fault occurred, why the fault occurred, and maybe take a proactive action in the future to stop it from happening again. Or we could take a look at it and understand, is a fault going to occur in this present environment? If it continues at this level, could we take a proactive stance against this and send a maintenance engineer out to it proactively before you lose power, before you get the impact of all this cost and losses as a business?
Before the devastation happens, essentially.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
I was just going to say the other element of it is really around technology and the equipment that's brought to market. It's not new, but it's something that's not been adopted probably broadly enough, in my opinion. Is lithium-ion as a battery technology. Lithium-ion offers you up to nearly twice the life cycle of battery against VRLA. You can reduce the space requirement that's required to deliver a secure power system by using lithium-ion batteries. They operate better and longer in more restrictive environments with higher temperatures than traditional battery systems. So we have great technologies out there that can offer improved maintenance, improved service, improved longevity around the equipment, and it's just about educating, engaging, and bringing the market along to adopt these technologies and start to install them, and take a view really from upfront cost of a product to total cost of ownership, because the total cost of ownership of a lithium-ion battery is by far and away better than the alternatives in the market.
Absolutely. I mean, like you say, it's just about spreading the message, because with lithium-ion in particular, people are just scared off by the upfront cost, aren't they? But not realising how much they're going to save and the benefits that they can get out of that in the end. So it's all about education, really, and people can save themselves a lot of money.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
I mean, off the back of that, what is Schneider doing specifically to help electrical professionals sort of reduce power complexities and increase resilience, increase their uptime?
Yeah, it's really, I guess, three areas that we're focused on here. There's the products and the systems themselves. I've kind of touched on that already. The analytics piece, which again we've touched on, but we're starting to bring out a lot of new tools and online systems that really help the market to design more efficiently, more effectively, understand what the total cost of ownership is, and do a comparison calculator against battery technologies as an example. You may have seen, and if not, it's definitely worth having a look at. Schneider Electric have released a specification builder, largely targeted at the consultant community, and that specification builder is a fantastic bit of kit. It allows you to look at full systems from BMS to UPS to switchgear to medium voltage equipment. And you can really go through a building and start to specify out all the equipment that you may need within there. Because we're one business, and the innovation, we invest every year around about 5% of our turnover into research and development. That 5% going into research and development is really about taking the technologies and getting them to plug closer together, merge together, and become more efficient and effective in terms of how they can be deployed. So you reduce the crossover of a BMS and electrical system, and the number of meters that you may need, for example, by the efficient design that comes on the back of these tools, like the specification builder is a great example of it.
Absolutely. So would you say sort of the more you can integrate this technology together, the more money can potentially be saved, really?
Yeah, and the more you're able to engage with your electrical and mechanical infrastructure as an operator further down the line, because you've got systems and equipment that will talk to each other and react to each other as well. So one is the benefit in terms of the capex, the install cost going into a building, and how we're able to deliver it with more efficiency and hopefully improvement in terms of time and the such like that. The other is around the operability of the building itself, and how the end user engages with the building. Can they be more sustainable based on the data they get out of it, more green, and reduce their CO2 emissions based on an understanding of how that building lives and breathes?
Absolutely. I mean, speaking of new technology, new innovations, I mean, I understand Schneider Electric have recently expanded on their easy UPS range. Yes. Is that correct? Could you tell us a little bit more about that, please? I
can indeed, yes. So Easy UPS is a targeted launch for the UK into the electrical channels and the contractor space. It offers significant benefit to this market in terms of high specification in terms of what it can do, and the secure power, the business continuity that it helps to support, but at a price position that's competitive in the marketplace. We offer a single-phase solution or a three-phase solution, a rack-mounted and double conversion UPS or e-conversion UPS. Very fast to install, very straightforward, easy to maintain, fully connectable into EcoStruxure or into a management system, and it's highly accessible. Again, designed for the electrical market, but very competitive in terms of the specification and the price point that we target it at.
So good news for both electrical professionals who are installing it and the end user who are funding that. Yes. Absolutely,
and the green credentials that sit on the back of it as well, there, Claire. So if you run the UPS in eco mode, you're getting 99% efficiency. So what goes into the UPS is ultimately going out on the other side. You're losing 1% of the input there. So whereas in other areas you may be getting 97, 96% efficiency, those losses soon add up. There's a cost impact on the back of it, but the sustainability and green impact is equally as notable.
No, absolutely. I mean, obviously the digital landscape has been sort of on steroids at the minute, just with COVID-19 and everything else. I mean, do you think it's going to continue to grow at the rate it's been growing, or do you think things have slowed down a little bit now?
No, I think we're at the start of a steep curve here, Claire. This isn't going away anytime soon.
Not as much.
It's great, you know. You look at all this connectivity from a building's point of view. How we're, we had a Morrison's delivery at the house today, and I was chatting to the guy who dropped off the groceries, and I said, "Is it slowing down as well for you?" And he said, "No, if anything, it's starting to pick up more. He's getting more and more online ordering." So.
Well, I think realize how much easier it is as well. Just to
absolutely,
technology makes life easier, doesn't it? That's what it's there for. So people are getting used to it now.
Yeah, and you know, people are used to shopping online now. People are used to the time that they've got back in their lives. I'll be honest, I'm fed up of feeling guilty looking at Facebook and seeing all my friends running and cycling and everything else, and me not doing any of that. So
baking,
I'm stopping looking at Facebook now.
Right.
But yeah, the time people have got back into their lives is it's one of the benefits that we've seen out of this whole situation, that people have got a work-life balance in a different way now, and on the back of it, there's a digital impact that's going to continue to grow, because they've seen efficiencies in how they can run their own personal lives.